Good morning, viewers at home. This is AM Chat. You're welcome to our studios once again. It's another beautiful time, and I'm sure that you're excited, so excited, like I am. This is my birth month, and I told you on Tuesday that I'm so excited that I'm here, and so grateful as well. Grateful for life, despite all that is happening around us. Grateful that my family's together. Grateful, I'm just grateful, and I think that's the first thing we're doing this morning. Just as usual, take a deep breath and just say, Father, I'm just grateful. So talk to your Creator and just say you're grateful for this beautiful, beautiful Thursday morning. And this Thursday morning started with a wet, started wet. There was that dew, small rain, and we were all thinking, is it going to fall? It's not going to fall, and all that. But we're sure of the blessings of the Almighty falling down right upon our heads, okay? That's what the rain is all about anyway. It's not a curse, it's not... and we thank God that there are no floodings everywhere, despite the rain and all that. I've been watching out to see that our roads are not flooded. And that's a beautiful one. Our roads are not flooded. I remember a couple of years ago, during this period, to pass through the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, you see a lot of flood right there and all that, but there are no records of flooding this year. And so another thing to be grateful for, our environment is getting better and better. And so we are so grateful. Okay, this is AM Chat, and I'm excited. My name is Tomisin Tackling, and I am your host. And in the studios this morning, we have two wonderful guests. But before we go there, we're going to look at the newspapers. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is still AM Chat, and my name is Tomisin Tackling. I am your host. This morning, before we go into the newspaper segment, let's take a look at our guests. I would like to show their faces. I have some very brilliant minds in the studio. I have with me on my left, right by my side, I have Mr. Wale Fatade. Mr. Wale Fatade is a journalist. Wondering, he's a journalist. He's a journalist and a political analyst. Mr. Wale Fatade, welcome to today's show.
Good morning, Tomisin. Good morning, viewers.
Okay, and
for having me.
oh, it's a pleasure, sir. It's a pleasure. And then right beside Mr. Fatade, we have Mr. Richard Amuwa. Mr. Richard Amuwa is a political analyst and a social and a security consultant. Yes, he's a security consultant. Okay, so we have Mr. Richard Amuwa. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
And interestingly, Mr. Richard told me this morning that he had posted, and all that. So please watch out for all of his comments and please send in your tweets, send in your comments on Facebook as well. Okay, on this morning's show, before we go into the discussion per se, we're going to be looking at 4 newspapers. We have the Nigerian Tribune, we have the Punch, we have the New Telegraph, and we have the Guardian. And starting this morning, we're starting with the Nigerian Tribune. Nigerian Tribune, we have anxiety as Lagos closes 3rd mainland bridge tonight. The Lagos state government announced that they're going to close the 3rd mainland bridge for just 4 days. So please don't fret, don't be scared, just 4 days. So that by the end of the weekend, by the time you're going to work on a Monday morning, you're sure the 3rd mainland bridge is open. And the purpose is just to ensure that maintenance is done. The level of assessment, the bridge needs to be assessed before maintenance is being carried out towards the end of the year. So that's what this is all about. Government announces alternative routes. So just take over Apapa and Ijora, and I'm sure that's just to ensure that everywhere move smoothly. People get to go to work, get to work early. So peradventure, you used to go to work maybe 5 o'clock. You used to leave 5 o'clock to get to work for 7. You may need to do it 30 minutes earlier, 4:30, to get to work for 7 this time around, because everybody is going to be using the alternative routes. So it's about time that we work on that. Okay, we have the NBC bomb condemned demolition of the Ayefele radio house. I think right here I would like to talk to Mr. Fatih. The demolition of Fresh FM. What do you think?
Well, I think without having full detail of the approval or non-approval vis-a-vis what happened, but I think looking at the human angle of it was insensitive, it was in bad taste, and I think we should classify it as an attack on the media. That's why it's done. And to rub more salt into the wound, the interview Governor Ajimobi granted the BBC Yoruba service here on Tuesday, I think, after the Eid prayers, was highly insensitive, and it was actually condescending. The government is supposed to be for the people and not against the people. The laws are made for man, not meant for law. And so there should be a way you can have a human face even when you want to enforce the law. And when you now dance on the grave of Fresh FM, as it were, and for the governor to be referring to Mr. Ayefele's disability, I think that's a bad taste. It's what people in saner climes have lost their positions for. And I think that every right-thinking person should condemn Mr. Ajimobi for doing this. It was insensitive.
Okay, that's on the demolition of Fresh FM. If you're not aware, Fresh FM building owned by the music guru Yinka Ayefele was pulled down, was demolished on Sunday morning. That building is worth 800 million. And I was like, wow, what wastefulness. We do a lot of things that, I don't know, it's wastefulness.
But again, I think, just like my colleague have said about looking at the woman and go to it, but again, I think Nigerians, we should learn to take sentiment away from things we do. And that was his claim us in this country. There's so much sentiment. I think what happened with Fresh FM and the government of Oyo State should have degenerated to this stage. These two of them have come together on time with all the letters written. And you see, for me, I'm not going to say because of one's condition, one's situations, one should not obey the rule of law. One thing about this country is that there's so much impunity. We think we can do things and get out of it, and which is not good. So for me, I think this issue with Fresh FM and your state government should be an example to people that no matter what, we need to respect the law. But again, let the law be a little bit kind again to the people.
I would have loved us to see the footage of that place.
Of the place.
I mean, I grew up in Ibadan, so I know Ibadan very well. Does the building actually contravene any known planning law?
Yes,
is the building actually impeding the right of the way? Was the right step back not observed? We need to put all those in. And which come first?
If you have followed,
which came first in the place?
If you have followed, I've listened to Fresh FM, the head of news yesterday, on one of the TV channels.
Okay.
Apparently, they went beyond some things.
The setback.
Yeah, the setback. You
Okay.
understand? But again, like I said, the woman face, like you said, too.
So,
In all we do, let's have a woman face to think. But at the same time, let's respect the
and do you want me to reveal here that letter that was sent to Fresh FM was actually sent to about 2 or 3 other radio stations in the back? I can tell you that authoritatively.
Let's.
So the other angle for me, you see, the government in this part of the world is extremely powerful.
Yeah.
Too powerful for me,
too powerful.
for my own liking rather. And so if the government want to let you know that you are putting on a blue blazer, they could find laws of letting you know that blue blazer is wrong on a Thursday morning.
I understand what I'm saying.
That's I mean, so, and then there is you can read politics into anything, and for goodness sake, I will never support impunity.
But you are a journalist,
Yeah.
and I think that
I will never support
in anything
impunity.
we say to the public, we need to follow through.
The other thing,
Yes.
have you seen footage of the governor telling Mr. Ayefele that don't worry, we have sorted these things out?
You know, there are too many sides.
I mean, so
to that story.
for me,
Too many
the
sides to
thing is
story.
that there is politics to this.
Yes. That it shouldn't
And
have
my
been
brother, I
generated.
would like to say it this way: what about other buildings in Ibadan? that
They
are in
contravene the same
contravention
law.
of building plans.
Contravene the same law.
Well,
How many will you demolish?
no, I understand. I understand. For me, I'm just saying that
True.
Nigerians should just learn to do the right thing.
I
Yeah.
don't have a problem with that.
Definitely.
But if you, maybe that's the other angle too, for the Fresh FM guys, if you thought that you are going to sort things out under behind the closed doors or whatever, and things don't get sorted out like that, you might run into problems like this,
Yeah.
which is what we are seeing
Yeah.
now. But then the other thing now is that what is the whole essence of governance? It's for humanity. And there have been instances whereby how many houses are we going to
Okay, let me give you an
demolish?
example. That's about 9-story building that Lagos State government brought down somewhere around Lekki. So
Yeah,
many
was
times-
it the Lekki home stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, because of the integrity
You
test.
see,
Yeah,
you
that's
see,
integrity
you
test.
see,
That's integrity
Look at what
test.
happened in Abuja just few days.
Yeah,
How
that's integrity
they
test.
came
They
down.
hope
You
that-
see, what I'm trying to
Those-
say.
Those are actually
Those
for
are
me, those are good
exactly-
reasons.
Yeah,
Those
because
are good
because
reasons
those ones
to
are
actually
the
say,
building
because-
have been tested for
Exactly.
integrity, and they found out
Those are
that
good-
they
good
could not
reasons
stand.
for
And so those
pulling
are
down
good
a
reasons.
building like
But this
that.
one is because you contravene
Being setback.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, moving on. We're moving to the front page of the Punch, and leadership tussle threatens reps APC caucus. You know, today I said I was going to do so much of a political talk, but it's so difficult in an environment like ours to just overlook a lot of things. Just yesterday, a lot of drama kept happening. Some people want to impeach a rep. I don't want to mention names anyway, and then some other ones want to do because of another person that was supposed to be impeached. There's so much drama going on in the Nigerian political phase, and right now I think we are getting tired of the drama. So I'm just going to move on from the front page of the Punch, and I'm going to go straight to the New Telegraph. The New Telegraph: it's impossible for Buhari to lose 2019 re-election. None of my business. But let's wait and see. Says the writers here says PDP will cease to exist after the poll. PDP says it's a delusion, an empty boast. Saraki says we'll defeat Buhari. Keyamo is saying it's a wishful thinking, and Tinubu is saying why Nigerians must re-elect president. Okay, moving on from that, we have the CAN reports Nigeria's security situation unacceptable. That's from the Christian Association of Nigeria. That's on the front page of the New Telegraph. Okay, last story we're taking on the front page of the New Telegraph here is Hoodlum set Imo court ablaze. Now that's a serious one. On the front page of the New Telegraph, we have Hoodlums set Imo court ablaze. Oh wow, that's something I really like to look at briefly. Okay, about 12 hoodlums have burnt down a magistrate court in Olu, Imo State. The arson, which occurred on Monday night, destroyed files, record books, and documents of the Chief Magistrate Courts 1 and 2. Wow, that's a serious one. We seem to be having a lot of security breaches in Nigeria right now. But we're talking security today, so let's quickly move on to the last newspaper before we introduce the topic for the day. We have the Guardian. Kofi Annan, a leader, statesman, says family in tribute. Okay, that's the former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan. People talking about him here. I've read a lot of things, a whole lot of things about Kofi Annan. And I keep asking myself, this is one man that a lot of people are saying so many good things about. He's an African. Yeah, he doesn't live in Africa, but he's an African, and I think he's a worthy of emulation for our leaders and our political leaders. Anyway, moving on, we have Miyeti Allah under fire for seeking Saraki's removal. We're going to talk about that in our security report anyway. And we have Nigeria overeating ahead of the 2019 polls. Party wants riders restructuring will curb challenges, says elder statesman Osinbajo Tinubu optimistic on Buhari's policies. And in finance, Nigeria's net revenue lowest among OPEC members. Okay, so Nigeria's net revenue is the lowest among OPEC members. Okay, that's all we're going to take on the front page of the dailies this morning. Moving on into the topic of this morning, we're talking political killings, terrorism, countermeasures. That's the topic of this morning. And with us in the studio, as we introduced earlier, is Mr. Wale Fatade and our security consultant for this morning, Mr. Richard Amua. Straight into the topic. Okay, very interesting to note. I have a bit of news. I have a bit of news. So people may be wondering why killings, why political killings? But somebody asked me yesterday, political killings. I posted on social media. The person felt there were no political killings as far as the person was concerned. The person was like, political killings. Are you not too quick to judge some of these deaths as political killings? And I said, okay, let me take a quick look. So we have the news on killings in Nigeria. Nigerians on social media have cried out over the incessant killings of innocent citizens in Zamfara State. The media had reported that some gunmen attacked a mosque at Kwaji village in Zamfara State, leaving 4 persons dead with 8 injuries. Okay, with 8 others injured. Okay, we still have in Makadi, that's from Zamfara, in Makadi, Force Commander of Operation Wild Stroke, a military spike operation to end herdsmen farmer crisis in Benue State. Major General Adeyemi Yekini said the force killed 21 herdsmen along Bajimba, Akko, Tomata axis of Gumba local government area of the state in the last 3 weeks in its operation. Okay, so while it lost 1 soldier, he also said others sustained injuries in several encounters. The interesting part of this story is that, I'm quoting, he said, the invaders had last Saturday engaged our troops in an exchange of gunfire for about 2 hours. 2 hours in Guma, during which 1 soldier was killed and 2 others sustained injuries. He noted that in one of the encounters, an Mi-35 helicopter had to be deployed to provide air support for the troops as they engaged the militant herdsmen. So we're talking about herdsmen. This is no longer people just rearing their cows and all that. We're talking about people who actually held the soldiers down. This is not the police, this is Nigerian army. They held the Nigerian army down for 2 hours in gun battle. And we say that it just herdsmen. Okay, so herdsmen and an helicopter had to be deployed. When the helicopter was deployed, during the firefights now with the helicopter spotted a group of 20 armed herdsmen on motorcycle moving towards Nasarawa. 15 of them on 5 motorcycles were neutralized with rocket fire. So 5 of them were chased into Nasarawa. So it was the helicopter that helped them to, conquer at least 15 of the 20 on motorcycles. So they were actually running into Nasarawa, which would have ended the entire thing. Okay, so moving on from the Nigerian security tracker, this report is between the 11th of August and the 17th of August. 6 out of 200 persons killed in recent attacks in some villages in Plateau. We have August 11, 2 were killed during a by-election in Lokoja. August 11, still suspected kidnappers killed 4 policemen in Igabi. Still August 11, suspected bandits killed a policeman in Bomadi. That's Delta State, Kaduna State, and Kogi State. 3 different states on the same day. We have night to 11, Nigerian fighter aircrafts killed a large number, estimated at 30 of bandits in Zamfara. On the 13th, we have ritualists killed 1 in Owerri. Unknown gunmen on the 14th killed 1 in Ado-Ekiti. On the 14th as well, Nigerian troops killed 5 bandits and lost 1 soldier in Kaduna. And on the 17th, Boko Haram killed 4 in Medjugorje, that's in Borno. And just these are Boko Haram related events. We have the herdsmen related events. Let's look at the ones that are not related to these ones. We were able to see some that were totally unrelated. We had some that interestingly had to do with the man in Ekiti State, the APC stalwart in Ekiti State, that was killed. He was in a football viewing center and he was killed. It's so funny that just yesterday another person was killed, still in the same Ekiti State. Now it brings to my mind political killings. We keep saying that this thing's political killings. This is a man went to campaign. I'm sure Mr. Fatadi has heard of this story. A man went to campaign in another man's town. You have 2 contestants on the platform of 2 different parties in a town in Ekiti State. One of them is from the town, is an indigene. The other one is not an indigene, so he came over to campaign, which is normal in the state. And one of the followers of the other one took a knife to him and wanted to stab him. But his orderly was able to veer off and he stabbed the orderly instead, and the guy died instantly. That's another political killing just yesterday. So I keep asking myself, where exactly are we going? Because it seems we're going back to the days of the earlier 2003 and all that.
Well, we don't we might not say they're all political killings.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, definitely.
One or
But
two
you
of
know,
them
that's why I
might
said
be,
political
yes.
killings. We have terrorism, and
But the issue of insecurity in Nigeria has never been this bad. It has never been this bad. When I say bad, as in bad, I do remember when this present administration was coming to power, and I was in one of the national television saying that the reason why I am voting for APC is because we're having a retired general as the helm of affairs who knows about security and who is going to reduce the
we
trend
expect will
of,
do better.
But I was on another channel 2 days ago on the TV station again. I was just recapping most of the insecurity in Nigeria too. Now, let's look at it. When Goodluck was in power, we talk about Boko Haram.
Yeah.
No, even before Goodluck, when Yar'Adua was in power, it was South, it was militant.
Yes, it was militant.
When
No, that was actually during Obasanjo's reign.
no, Obasanjo, but it was Major Yar'Adua. Yar'Adua tackled
it started during Obasanjo.
Now, when Goodluck came in, now what happened? Boko Haram. Now again, when this president administration came, what is herdsmen? You see, until security is institutionalized in Nigeria, when whoever that comes at the head of state, there's a laws, rules, and regulations. There's a procedure. There's policies. If we have another president come 2019, we're going to have another insecurity again with him. So when people are saying, I didn't remember that people were saying Jonathan could not handle security. Now, Buhari could not handle security. Let me tell you the truth. The problem we have in Nigeria is because all this killing you see is because our security is not institutionalized. The police don't know what to do. This job that armies are running up and down doing, being overwhelmed today, they are police job. Army is to fight war, external aggression. What is happening is internal. Unfortunately, the army has to come in because police is ill-equipped, ill-trained, and they are ill-motivated. And that's why the army has to be involved. Today, we are close to 180 million people, and we have less than 400,000 policemen. In fact, when I say 400, between 350 and 360,000 policemen taking care of these people.
Of 180
I'm telling you.
million.
And you are talking about a country that is so divided in line of religion, in lines of ethnicity, and everything. We are talking about a country that is economic growth to a layman in the market and to a poor man as is downturn. For the first time, you see Nigerians could not even raise. Look at this celebration. As much as we try to hype it in the media, it's like everybody was just home.
Yeah, people were just home.
People were just home. You see, the hunger out there is massive. So if federal government bring all the gun from the America, from the Europe to Nigeria, if there's no employment, if people are not employed and there's no food on the table for people, all these killings, they are just started. I'm just saying, it's just a beginning, because there's going to be there's so much anger out there. There's so much. I've never heard this much of killing in Nigeria like it is right now.
So we're saying that this particular spate of killings
Yeah.
has to do with the state of the economy itself.
Of
the
course,
state of the people. The
yeah.
You can't divorce them.
You can't divorce
You cannot divorce them, brother. You can't separate them. First, I like to stand with him on what he said, and it's worthy that we reiterate that. Of all the figures you read out to us, I think only two really spoke to political killings.
Yeah.
The one that happened during the by-election in Kogi
Yes.
State.
Yes.
And
Ekiti.
And then, even that's by the way, because investigations have not been concluded.
Okay.
Yes.
Have not been conducted, so we might not be sure. It could be a case of mistaken identity. Fine, the gentleman that was killed was a politician, but his killing might not be related
to
his political activities.
Okay.
But then, the other one, the first one that struck me, there is this saying, and I'm sure the security expert will bear me out, when they say he's an officer and a gentleman. And I hope the general there in Benue knew that, remembers that rather, he was not talking to kids. And so you had to call in an MI5 helicopter, and you were involved in a 2-hour
gun battle,
and you lost only one person. Come up with general. I think you can tell that to the Marines, as they say. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
If your grand soldiers could not combat them, you needed an helicopter for reinforcement, and you are saying you lost only one person.
Only one person and 2
I mean, I have not experienced war, but I knew that logic is part of what all of us should apply.
Yeah.
But I think that speaks to the parlor state of our security now. Conversely, we must match this with how much has this present government spent on security? Are we getting full value for our money,
the amount
that we have spent? And as my brother said, our security guys are overstretched. Over this last week, the government said again they will not go for Operation Python 3 in the southeast. So we got soldiers involved in Adamawa, we got soldiers involved in Taraba, we got soldiers involved in Benue, we got soldiers involved in
everywhere. Every 36 states, everywhere.
So what's the state of what's the number of our armed forces?
That's it.
And so we must look at this. But I think we must start from the aspect of is a failure of intelligence. Because and remember, people, we have had the low intensity war going on in our northeast ever since under Jonathan. It's been there. It's only people that are affected that will come out and say stuff.
And say yes.
Samfara has been in the throes of marauders for how long now? I mean, sadly, because it's remote place, it doesn't get traction much in the media. Thank God we're talking about this.
Yeah.
And so people, the Zamfara state governor had to cry out that he doesn't know what to do again.
Yeah.
I remember there was time the gentleman actually said he has resigned as the chief security officer.
Yes.
And so that shows a state of helplessness.
Yes.
It shows
yes,
that I don't know what I'm going to do.
Obviously.
And I like the point that our gentleman has made, that beyond, it's not every problem you throw money at. Remember, we actually pay for some weapons now. Is it a gunship or whatever?
Gunship
that will come in
the US.
2020.
Yeah.
Because those things are not what you buy off the shelf.
Yeah.
They got to be manufactured, they are got to be processed, and then they are got to be clearance. Whether your government will use it very well, and then there's that training aspect. And so we need to get our security architecture correct.
Correct.
Thank you.
And you see, people might not like to hear it. It is very, very absurd for someone from Magdali in Borno State to be posted to Irelekiti.
Yeah, I believe so.
Does he know the terrain? Or you now put someone from Oshogbo in Osun State or Iwo in Osun State to Olu in Imo. And so we must know that the security of an environment is in the hands of people from that environment. They know where the bad corners are. For all of us, wherever our residences are located, you know where you should be careful whenever you are walking.
Yeah.
You know why you have to hold your phone tightly. You know why, as a woman, you should not go with your handbag. And that's community policing.
Yeah.
And so we just have to accept the fact that the Nigeria police force, as it is presently constituted, whether you remove the force or you don't remove the force, number one is an occupational police. I mean, it's an occupational. It's not civil. The way it is constituted cannot work.
Should be civil.
Should be more civil. And then what is the state of equipment available to them?
I think if I want to take it from where you just stopped, see,
we're talking about civil. I want to know why they're not civil.
They're not civil because they see themselves as not being civil. There's no security in any part of the world, especially police, that can fight crime alone without the people.
It's not possible.
You see, let me tell you,
the people must be involved.
No, like I always tell people now, there will not be any national development without security.
It's a first requirement for development, for growth.
It's a first requirement.
I mean, people will not come into your country when they know their investment is not safe.
Yeah.
I mean, so you can take all the ads on CNN or whatever TV station worldwide, but if they can't be sure that they put in a cover or a cent or a dollar and they can go back to bed, they won't come.
Thank you. So for 19 years of democracy, why you think that there's no national development?
Wow, it's like
because of this insecurity.
It's 19 years now.
19 years. So what I'm saying here is that insecurity, that what we call early warnings. Yeah. You see, the problem we have in Nigeria is that we seem not to look at the early warnings of things that are happening.
We allow things to actually
We allowed it to grow up. When this issue of kidnapping, started. It started with kidnapping people in South, the white men. We're not kidnapping ourselves then.
Yeah.
But we never did anything about this. We didn't deal with the issue. And I did remember again as a young man growing up then, and I was in the media, and I did say that the moment these guys stop kidnapping the white, when the white goes back, I said yes. Yeah. It's like when you have an animal, when you're not feeding the animal, they say they start eating each other. that's exactly what is happening in Nigeria today. There are so many early warnings we're not taking. Look at the issue of Boko Haram. When it started, they started as what? Political talks. Today, they are monsters. Now, the issue of S-men. Nigeria be saying, let's categorize them as terrorists and not terrorists. And we're saying, no. But the point here is that I grew up in Anambra State, where we have there's a river between where I grew up and the city. So I grew up in a riverine area, and all those Fulani guys, all these herdsmen, they were friends. In fact, I can miss Fura Dinunu very well for you, because I grew up with this guy. When they come, what they normally have is a stick and a little dagger, just in case of animals. Today, so at what point do you see an herdsman who carrying gun and shoot like retired
and again in the Nigerian army with the aid of helicopters?
Yes,
for 2 hours.
And then using motorcycle, they used to rear.
Thank you. So those are the things. If we can understand the early warnings and what are the mechanisms put in place to fight all those things. You see, like I keep saying, the security of Nigeria today. First of all, I remember I was on one of the national television and I called on Mr. President. Time has come for to change the chief of securities, the IGP, the security chiefs. They have tried their best. After 3 years, we are still experiencing what we are experiencing. It's not just like.
But they were due for retirement, but the president said they should.
I'm saying. You see, I've never seen a government
that rewards incompetence.
Look at the ministers. I've never seen a government for 4 years and you never change, even with the complaint, with everything. You see, what I'm trying to say here is that I think when we look at security, we need to look at, like he said, look at the fundamentals. Look at what the germane things. We keep talking about these things here and there every single day. If the right things are not done,
we're still not going to get results.
That's it. So what I'm saying here is that, okay, look at today right now. We're talking about rebranding SARS. Ask myself, rebranding SARS. No, those are the things. Is it rebranding SARS or even rebranding the entire police force?
Yes.
SARS is discredited.
Don't forget, we're talking about security. We're killing here and there.
I think they should
even as a communicator, you don't rebrand what is bad.
Yeah, exactly.
You overhaul it.
No.
You throw it out.
No.
Yeah.
So we need to look at it, and then again I use Lagos State as a model of security in Nigeria, and now I've advised the federal government. APC rules Lagos State. APC is in federal government. Look at what Lagos State government have done. We have a private public partnership in Lagos State Security Trust Fund, and we adopted RRS, which is Lagos Rapid Response, and Lagos State government is paying them heavily.
Yeah.
You see them with their ballastic helmets. I'm coming.
Remember, it's with the active support of the private sector.
No, I just said that's a private. Hold on. You didn't hear me. I said private public partnership. That's what I'm saying. And Lagos State government being the highest donor. Yeah. So now you and I in Lagos, we are not seeing a lot of insecurity because of what the government is putting in place. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say, that, for example, Lagos, a policeman in RRS, if he dies, he goes with 10 million naira and his family. Yeah, that's how much. If, for example, they are harassing you, all you need to do, look at the number on their bike or on their car, report it. I'm telling you, before you know it, they are disciplined. So we need to look at this model and say, okay, how do we take it to federal? The problem here is that Nigerians says we are not mature for state police. But with the enormous insecurity in Nigeria today, if we cannot have state police because of immaturity of our politicians and our democracy, now let us go for what we call community policing. Where we take policing to everybody.
I think we need to, in our political history, when we had regional governments, Western region, Eastern region, each of them has their own police force.
Oh yes.
They were not taking orders from what you had in the state, in the nation's capital there. So we have had that before. Now, speaking of the RRS that you mentioned, as I was driving to work today, I have a younger one, staying close with me, living close with me. And we were driving to church. And I said to church, we were driving to office. And we saw RRS policemen where they were on the way to the airport. They were stationed there. And I was telling him that look, most likely those guys were on night patrol. That's why they are still there.
That's why they're still there. For the
And
next person
he
to take
remarked
over.
that they were well kitted. I said, well, you'll be shocked again now that those guys are men of our Nigerian police force.
Yeah.
They are regular policemen.
Yeah.
And so that tells us that as bad as our police is, and we must accept, we must
Yes.
admit,
Thank you.
they are still a crop of good and decent
And
police
decent
officers
police.
that are properly trained, properly equipped,
Yeah.
well remunerated, well kitted, they
Yeah.
will do wonders.
Yeah.
So we have that crop that we can start with. That's one. Number two, the same policemen will go outside in Nigeria, whether
And
the
perform
UN
very well.
police,
Yeah,
I mean
very
UN
well.
police, and they do wonders.
Yes.
So that tells us that we have some certain element that we can do. Now we
Maybe
must
it's
look
just the
at, we
Nigerian
must
system
hold the
allows
mirror
them
to our faces and tell ourselves that the way the Nigerian police force is presently constituted, I mean, it cannot do anything beyond what it's doing now. Now ask any DPO, they will tell you that only God knows when last they got allocation.
Yeah. That's
The
another
diesel,
thing
the
to
diesel
talk
they
about.
use
The
in
money,
running
True.
the police
the
station
police station and all that.
is most likely, most surely, either what's this word now? Either blackmailed from people selling petrol
Yeah.
in that division, or people who willingly donate,
Donate to them.
as God loves a cheerful giver. So when you do that, now there was a police station near my residence, and you find out that whenever they have any health ailment, there is a private hospital, a doctor who treats them for free.
You see,
So the Nigerian police gentleman or policeman does not have access to health insurance.
To health
And
insurance.
so if
But
the
I
guy
think
knows
they
that
also have
if I
any
die,
ties.
if I die on active duty,
They
don't,
if the
they
guy,
don't.
if the guy knows that I die on active duty, nothing for
There's
my family.
nothing.
So why would I put my life
on the line.
on the line
on
for
the
any
line.
other
So
person?
It makes a
Now,
lot of sense.
I mean, as
So
a
we shouldn't
graduate,
actually blame
yeah.
them for
Now look at the kind of
for-
vehicles. Look at the kind of vehicles our policemen use. Now there was a time ago rather, we did a story on how come police vehicles 1 year after you give them brand new vehicles, they are damaged, they become grounded. We need to look into that.
but
Now,
in Lagos, RRS have been using their
they are still
vehicle the past
so
3
that
years.
tells us that we can do
Yes,
that.
we can do
Now,
better.
So we can actually
part
get
of
better views for
my
them.
experience while living outside Nigeria, in New York especially, I used to cover the police beat, and you find out that for a police vehicle you can't have more than 2 policemen
Yeah, inside one
inside
at
one.
the same time.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not
At the same
like 10.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Not like
and
10 with house.
that police vehicle is attached to those 2 police officers.
Yeah.
So even when they are off duty or they are on
Nobody
vacation,
drives the
nobody
vehicle.
uses those cars. And meanwhile, it's well equipped. Of course, we don't have that kind of database, and we have refused to have. Only God knows how much we have spent on national ID, how much we have spent on national identification number, and we are still spending.
And we're
And we are still spending since the late 70s,
Yeah.
when General Obasanjo was in government, not President Obasanjo when he was a general.
General.
And so we are still not. So, and immediately they stop you, just swiping your driver's license,
They know who
can
you are.
use they can see everything about
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Whether and that's the same for a police in Arizona, or a police officer in California, or a police officer in Nebraska. And so, how are we
Because
going
that's
to
the
get?
standard.
That's the
Is that
standard.
the
And so
standard?
we got to raise our minimum standard. Policing has gone beyond back. What do you have there? Now, the other thing we are always forgetting, we have a national intelligence agency. That's supposed to, I think they are the one meant for our security outside.
Oh, yeah.
So that you can see external threat
Yeah.
and nip it in the bud. And we got a DSS
The
who
DSS
spends
should
more
actually
time in arresting journalists
Yeah,
or
than
defenseless
actually
citizens
doing.
than actually looking for security. And so, you see, in our security, what you see is what you get. We have not, I mean, it's what you sow that we are
That you
reaping.
are reaping.
I used to know. I don't know whether it's the operation or not because they
Excuse me,
keep
sir.
changing.
Before we continue on that conversation, the number to call will be put on the screen now. You can call in on the show. You can send in your questions via our social media handles. You can send in your questions to me, TOMYSYNE, on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram. And then you can also send us these messages right in the studio. We're waiting for your call. Please contribute to the show.
Now, I used to know that state security officials, they were posted to all local governments in Nigeria. I think we have 774 local governments.
Yeah.
If my father is right. I mean, so they used to be posted to every local government.
Yeah.
And so intelligence gathering is at the grassroots level. What has happened to that?
You see, I need to chip in here that these killings, for me, my little research as a security consultant, and with what I've seen, police alone cannot fight.
I believe
Yes,
that.
they
I believe, that's why
I
I'm
mean-
talking about the other
Yeah,
guys.
thank you.
The external guys.
Thank you.
I mean, and the one responsible for internal
Yes.
security.
Yeah.
So they got to do those. I mean, those
Work
things together.
And they're what we call these what's it called, collaboration
Synergy
with
between
other security agencies.
You must share intelligence.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's not.
I mean, there should be a counter-terrorism
Everybody
task
is
force
like-
whereby you all
everybody
you
is like
come
on their
together,
own.
you give your report, you share intelligence so that you are not working in silos.
But here we're having issue. For example, right now, I will tell you that a policeman don't want to see a civil defense officer on one-on-one. They are like the enemy.
Yeah.
You see, wanting to take glory of information should stop.
Yeah.
If a DSS sees an information
Yeah.
and passes this to the police because you know that police will finish, or if a Navy person sees a
That
civil
something is
issue
coming on the
coming
scene.
on the scene.
Sorry, we have a caller on the show.
Okay.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our show. This is AM Chat. What's your name, please? Your name, please. Okay, your comment, sir. Your comment, sir.
Yeah, I was just trying to, find out one of the things about the security situation you guys are talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, I make to understand that security is one of the main issues we have in this country.
Okay.
And it's very, very crucial. I mean, all the security for everybody in Nigeria, not just the army, stuff like that, the public.
Yeah.
Even to come to media, probably in a station, radio station or television and start saying stuff. But it's your responsibility, my responsibility. A way out is always the issue that I think. Not criticizing, not doing well or whatever people like me. Another thing that I'm trying to point out here, mostly when you see situations, situations in cities, like not each precisely,
Yeah.
people inside the community are part of this crisis.
Okay.
Because sometimes people are anyway, they were saying people want to planning people. People are not planning. They are from in detail of Benue State and people from protecting the state. And it is probably alleged by people saying it is sponsored by politicians. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, we do.
Sometimes you find that if army are having a meeting or probably they're discussing some tough issues, the next moment you find out that Boko Haram have this information.
So you're saying there's an information breach?
We are not clear. That's why the thing cannot go in a day. It is something that it's going to take time. We have to clear ourselves. Deep inside the community.
Thank you very much for your comments.
I got to speak to that. We grant him the right to hold his opinion.
Yes.
It's a free society. But my friend, we hold the right to hold government accountable.
Yeah.
And so people should not push that kind of argument that you don't criticize. No, it's our right to criticize.
Of course.
The government exists to serve the people.
We are not even
I
criticizing.
mean, I have my tax identification number, and so it is right for me to demand accountability. That's one angle. And then number two, I agree, security is everybody's responsibility to a large extent. But then what happens?
Is every home going to get a gun?
Am I the one that will arrest criminals? Am I the one that will arrest? Am I the one at the border?
No, anyway, we have our responsibility as
Yes.
But and then if I offer you tips and you come around to do
We have
something
another
with
caller
me.
on the show. Good morning. This is AM Chat.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Your name and your comment, please. Your name is...
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Your name, sir?
I want to talk to the security.
Please tell us your name, sir.
Okay, my name is Byron.
All right, sir. Your comment, please. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We're with you. We're with you.
Continue.
We can hear you, please. We can hear you.
Speak out. Oh God.
We can barely hear you, sir. Okay, sorry we lost that call. We would like you to call back, but please, when you do, kindly stay in a quiet place so that we can hear you properly. Okay, moving on.
Yes, I want to say how we can be part of bringing insecurity down in this country. The what we call community-based strategy, which I've been advocating for a long time, under this police IGP. What's his name again? The one that was convicted for fraud,
Tafa.
Tafa Balogun. He started, a prototype in Anambra, in Enugu State, for us to take security to the community. And I've said it time without number. Do we have a call?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, sir. Sorry, we lost that call again.
So I have said time without number that there's no how much we're going to fight crime without people being involved. So we need to have community-based policing in Nigeria. In as much as we say we cannot have state policing, because there's no way we can fight crime without the people. The people are the one to give the information. I remember those days when we were growing up, say police don't be witch or police don't be wizard. Call police, so make una call police.
Criminal.
You understand?
Criminal not be witch.
Criminal not be witch. Thank you. You see, so what we're saying is that I want a situation where people are involved in policing their community.
Yeah.
Like the issue of Benue that we're crying, and at the end of the day, we found out that there's a serving army, a serving policeman, and some indigenous of Benue who are part of all this killing. And I always say it again, just like when we have Bado in Lagos.
Yeah.
I tell people that these people, they live in our communities.
They live in our
so why are we not reporting them?
Yeah. Because
So,
something happened actually. Let me tell you this short story. A couple of weeks ago, I was off duty and I was at home, and I just heard a lot of noise in my area. I came out, and I saw my entire neighborhood running after one man. What happened? They said there's a particular Hausa man down my road that has a shop, as usual, sells all sorts of things. Whenever this young man passes by, packs things from his shop and goes and harasses the man, threatens them, walks away. He's been doing it for months. He lives in the community, don't forget. He lives somewhere close by. And so this day, I just saw them chasing him down the road, and they passed by in front of my house. So I ran outside and I was like, what happened? They said they would come back to tell me. So later I found out, said, this Hausa man finally reported him to some other young men in the area. And so they said, whenever this guy is passing by, point at him. This guy doesn't do it when people are around.
You see that?
He does it when other people are around.
Okay.
Are not.
And this man will not tell this.
Exactly. So this day, the guy did exactly as usual. They were looking around the corner. They watched him. He came. He packed certain things. Harassed the man. The man was like, "Give me money, give me money." And the man collected those things from him. Immediately he collected, the boys came out. Immediately he saw the boys. They were like, "Why have you been taking?" Now these are Yorubas. That's the funny part. These are Yorubas. The boy was also Yoruba. They chased him to his father's house.
So what we're trying to say here is, getting community to be involved.
To be involved.
No,
Everybody contributes.
Let's pause for a while.
Yes.
At certain levels, we are already involved in our security now.
Yes.
Who among us residing in Lagos does not pay night guard money, does
And
not pay
vigilante
OPC money,
on
does
our-
not?
on the
In fact,
roads.
now there's a police post in my estate. We actually even give monthly subvention to the police post.
Okay. So
My church is a member of police community relations committee in
Yeah.
our area.
Same
We pay
with my
monthly
church.
money. And so what are we saying? Is that no contribution of the people to security?
To
So we are
security.
doing it at different levels. In fact, some community actually give landlords and residents, they give us whistle.
Yeah.
But
That
sir,
whenever you see something,
if
you blow.
you give all those things without informations, you've not.
So what I'm saying in essence
Yes.
is that the people are overburdened as it were already. And I'm saying something, and I'm sure you understand what I'm saying, with due respect to you, please, that when I give you a piece of information, and how do you use that intelligence?
Yes,
to
Sometimes
go about
you
it?
need to use it
And
to
so,
implicate the
God
person
bless
who
you.
gave the
So if it's going to
information.
implicate myself,
Then
security
I will
wise,
give
I
you the
keep quiet.
information.
We need to tackle that.
Yes.
I would say there was a time on Lagos Street, they installed these boxes that if you want to give information to policemen.
We have a caller on the
what
line.
happened to those
Sorry,
boxes?
please. Hello, good morning. Good morning, this is AM Chat. Your name
Hello.
and your comment, please.
Hello.
Hello, good morning, this is AM Chat. We can hear you. Your name and your comment, please. Yes,
Good
good morning.
How do you feel?
You said what?
Okay, you see, what we're saying this morning,
Yes.
and I want our listeners, because millions of people are following us.
Yes, yes,
When
definitely.
we're talking about people's participation in security, I'm not talking about the issue of money you give. I'm talking about giving out information to the right source. You see, as I'm here today, I belong to a major newspaper. They have a WhatsApp group that they send their wherever. And as a citizen, if I see anything, I can. You see, sometimes we think that until I go to police station to give information.
Okay.
You see, we all carry Android. All of us have phone. This is a powerful security gadget. That's this alert that police have. I told them they've not done enough publicity on it. It's called police alert in Lagos here, in Nigeria here. All you need to do, download it, and if you have any issue, just all you need to do is panic, and it sends your locations and wherever to the police station. But we are not using it. How many people knows that?
But because
But
we don't
again,
know about it.
thank you.
But we're not
No,
using
hold
it
on,
because
hold
we
on,
don't know
hold on.
about it.
If I know it in Lagos, the people in the interior villages have no light, have no Android, how do you use to charge it?
They don't
This
have
is a
internet
country.
either.
Listen to me. This is a country in 21st century that we don't have a 3-digit national emergency call. Toll free. And I keep telling you, Lagos as a brand. Lagos have 767-112. And meanwhile, for those of us who will be traveling to the island because of the closure of the bridge, in case you see any emergency, in case somebody is coming to harass, because there's going to be a whole lot of hold up activities. So if you see any person, please don't forget this number, 767 or 112. You call it and tell them your location. They will be there. That's its own.
Yeah.
So coming to Nigeria as a country,
We need to have something.
we
like
need to
that,
have
an
something like
emergency
that.
number.
Now, thank God we've been able to have 122 for road safety.
FRS.
You understand? So what we're saying here is that it's something about New York. I definitely been in New York for a while, and I just went for to study the police the police system there, and this is their logo. You see something,
Say something.
you say something. And I was at Jamaica Queen most of my time there.
Queens.
And the 2-3 weeks I spent in that neighborhood and studying the policing the police walk on the streets, on the malls, everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
They bicycle and
They're
everything.
available.
They are available. If you go to Times Square, being where they have all the tourists, you see policemen taking picture with you,
And
smiling.
that brings to mind what Mr. Fatali was saying
Yes.
about the people
That was
being
it.
from
So,
that environment.
One of my shock in New York was that there are policemen whose major responsibility is to help you as a tourist.
Yes, that's it.
If you are lost,
I'm telling
and
you.
helping you does not mean describing the place to you. They will actually
They
Take you there.
I mean, I found that very shocking.
But again, sir, how many look at our policemen today? You said something today earlier. You are a policeman. You are from Zamfara, and they bring you to Lagos.
Yeah, to Lagos Island.
So tell me,
Hello, good morning. We have a caller on the line, please. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Yes, we can hear you. Welcome to AM Chat. Your name and your comment, please. Okay, please, your comment. Your comment, please. Okay, please, if you call us, we need you to be very snappy with your comments and speak. We can hear you. But adventure you feel we can't, we can hear you. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Yes, welcome to AM Chat. Your name and your comment, please. Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. Loud and clear. We can hear you loud and clear. Okay, sir, your comment, please. Your comment. From Kaduna. Thank you very much, sir. Your comment, please. Yes, sir. Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yes, my comment was that the police in Nigeria.
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Wow.
okay.
Yes.
While we're still waiting for people to call in,
Yeah.
I need us to look at the issue of regular and effective. Okay.
Yes, hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Where are you calling from?
My name is Bulia and I'm calling from Oba.
Okay, okay, sir. Your comment.
Now, I really appreciate everyone there.
Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
This weekend too, man, we are really grateful. Nigerians are really grateful to you.
Thank you, sir.
But on the contrary, I would like to say every now and then we always come on TV, say one or two things about Nigeria, always over and over again. Don't you think that there is a fundamental problem with the structure called Nigeria?
There is.
Nigeria is not unique
But they're not peculiar to us, sorry.
In Nigeria, in the southwest part of Nigeria, the Yoruba has an advantage. This is when there's an old man in the market, the child should not be dead. Now, we have elders. We have people who that are of good 50s and 70s in Nigeria. How come they are still in power and they refuse to listen to